What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my Feed the Beast world. I think it's been quite a while since I uploaded the last video. I'm not quite sure because a lot has changed. Now, I've been doing a lot of live streaming recently, and I've been playing on this world while live streaming. So there's probably a few things here that you don't recognise from the last video. I've made sure to save the broadcast on Twitch. I'll put a link in the description. Actually, I'll put a link on the screen to show you what my Twitch link is. Obviously I can't actually link it because YouTube won't let me, but if you want to see those broadcasts, I'll actually save them so you can watch them at a later date. Now, the first thing we built is this automatic tree chopper downer charcoal machine. As you can see, it's just pumping out so much charcoal. What it basically does, this is a good example actually. This is like a mini woodcutter that's powered by these solar panels. It's also got a lot of charcoal in just in case. And using the diamond saws on the front, it will chop that down, replant the sapling, and if we open this up, it's a bit difficult to see. The stuff it stores in its internal chest is what will be deposited in here, and that's being pumped out by this wooden pipe. In this case it was a single piece of charcoal, which isn't amazing, but this single piece of charcoal then feeds through into here and goes into the sorting section. Now, I've got saplings and wood going into this left-hand chest. This is the wood that it doesn't decide to use for fuel, because it will use some of the wood for fuel. Then I've got the charcoal going into this one, and my extra charcoal going into this one. Now, you may think, what on earth is this? This is a deep storage unit, which allows me to store, I think someone in my stream said 2 billion of one item. So in this instance, it's using charcoal. And as you can see, it's stored 65. So if I was to click this, you can see it's got another 64 in it. It just provides a bit of compact storage, so you're not using these sort of chests. However, I've set this up like here, so I've got easier access than taking it out of there. That's like my last resort sort of storage. I'll just wait for this to head off. This is actually the cargo manager. This controls what it picks up and what it takes out. That probably made no sense. So basically, looking at this, it says it takes saplings that it collects and keeps them in the cart so it can plant them back. But things like charcoal it will take out, things like wood it will take out. But by controlling this here, saying the max part of the engine, it will always make sure there's enough to keep the engine going before it starts pumping it out into these chests. It's just to make sure it's like very sustainable. It'll keep going whatever now, I won't even need to touch it. One of the other things that's been changed is actually this over here. This is a smelter, and using lots of seared brick, which took quite a while to make actually. This is like a huge macerator slash furnace. So what you actually do is you put your blocks of ore in here and it will turn them into liquid form. You can then use that with casts and put them here with specific items to create casts from. So say this stone pickaxe head, if I was to put that there and pour the casting material on, which you make from a mixture of different ores in here, it will then give you a cast of a pickaxe head so you can make further and better pickaxe heads. It allows you to create different types of tools that then when they break give you the items back and makes them a lot better than the normal tools. So I don't know if you've spotted yet, but my very first item here is an iron pickaxe. But you see how it's got this kind of green thing all over it? This is something I've made inside the smelter using different types of casts. Hold on a second, I'll just actually show you. If we look in here, these are all the materials that are used to make the casts and the pickaxes in general. If I was to look in here, this is the pattern chest. So I've got things like the pickaxe head and the tool rod and the binding. These three are the things that made this pickaxe. Now, you've probably just seen there, I was trying not to show it yet, it says auto repair. Once you've made your pickaxe using these materials, it'll just give you like a normal iron pick, but then I put some moss on it, which gives it auto repair. So if I was to use this to just break something, for example, that, if you watch that green bar, done, it's repaired. Now, it is improved in sunlight, so that probably did help it. But it is extremely fast, so I think that's going to be really handy. Now, another thing this can do, apart from making that, is actually, to, like I said, to macerate things, pretty much. If I was to put 9 gold blocks in here, that's gold ore blocks by the way, it would then give me 2 lots of a cauldron full. Now a cauldron full is basically 9 ingots, so the full area would actually give me 2 cauldron fulls, which is 18 ingots, which is like double what I put in to start with. It's actually a lot faster than the macerator itself. Let's actually show you. It might be a bit easier to show you. So I've got this iron ore here. We put the iron ore in here, and as you can see it places it here, and it will use up this lava which we put in to actually smelt this together. I'll come back to that in a second. This here is going to be the new solar power room. You probably haven't seen it since this nether portal took its place. I took the old one down because it didn't seem to be working, as you saw in the last video. So what we're going to be doing here, this was just a little setup I'd done to use some Stirling engines. This whole building is going to be the new power room. And if we just go to the top here, we're going to have solar panels running across all this roof, feeding down into the main building. So we can have like all the machines and everything running in here. It'll be a lot more organised, and hopefully it'll run a lot faster. Thus we will no longer require the charcoal and coal that we've needed so far. One of the big things though with this is I now have infinite charcoal pretty much. So the big issues I had with coal and things I no longer got. So I suppose it's bad timing to be working on the solar power, but I think we really need to get that working. Oh, that's another neat feature that I found out. Someone on the stream told me this. As you saw just there, a torch got placed when I right clicked. What this pickaxe does, it uses anything in the right hand box and places it. So you see how in number 1 I've got the pickaxe, and in number 9 I've got the torches. If I right click, it plants a torch down for me. The same with if I replace it with glass, it will plant glass down. It's very handy, and I've already used it in caves, and it's so much better than trying to switch out to your torch. I can just run around with this and just plant torches everywhere. That's glass. If I had torches in there, it would have worked. So as you see over here, this is now molten iron. Now we could turn this into an ingot or something using the cast or the patterns. What these are though, the cauldrons with the faucet. So if I right click this, it will actually pour the iron straight into here. Now, like I said before, this should be enough for 2 cauldron fulls. If we just wait for this to fill up, which is now filled up, as you see, you've got some left. Once it solidifies, it will turn into an iron block. We right click that, and we've got the iron block. So let's do that again. And as you can already tell, it's going to give us 2 iron blocks, which is, like I said, 18 ingots, which is double what we put in. And it's a lot faster, and it looks a lot cooler. It's a lot cooler than doing the maceration thing in there. This just looks awesome. Especially when you've got different ores being mixed together. It's really cool. And that's basically it for this video. All I wanted to do here was just give you an update on how the world's changed, and to tell you that things are actually happening away from YouTube. So if you do want to check out these sort of streams, I'm trying to stream every week on Saturday or Sunday, maybe Friday, I'm not quite sure yet. But I'll leave a link in the description to my Twitch page, so make sure to follow me on there. I'll also put a big thing on the screen right now, so you know exactly where to go. So head over there if you want to see some more, because I'm probably going to be doing a lot more on this world while streaming. I will be making more videos still here on YouTube, of course. I'll actually be doing that tomorrow, and I'll be recording some more changes to this world. I just thought I'd update you on what's changed to keep you in the loop. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, when we're actually going to be working on the solar panels.